sticky substances like deer repellent to protect newly planted trees from being eaten by deer can be tricky. The sticky nature of these sprays often means that conventional sprayer setups will become clogged. Also, these substances can be quite expensive, especially when you're treating tens of thousands of new plantings. So it's essential we get only the exact amount of what's required and exactly where it needs to go. So we don't want to be overspraying because that is wasting money. With this in mind, we put together a deer repellent spraying kit to help minimize waste and to get the spray on target in the right amount, and also to overcome the problems of spraying these viscous fluids. So this kit consists of our standard 12-litre professional backpack sprayer, our dosimeter kit, a lance extension, and a blue fan 80-degree high-capacity spray tip. Now, the first stage in assembly is to take off the normal trigger valve and replace it with the dosimeter trigger valve. To help with the spraying of a viscous fluid, we recommend that you actually remove the white filter from within the trigger valve. Don't forget to keep this safe because you will want to put this back in for other spraying applications. Next, we replace the lance onto the dosing valve trigger. So now we have a lance on the end of a dosimeter. And finally, we replace the standard yellow nozzle spray tip with the blue 80-degree fan nozzle tip. And remember to remove the little yellow filter behind the nozzle to again assist with fluid flow. Again, keep it safe because you'll want this for different spraying applications. So now that the kit's assembled, we need to adjust the dosimeter to the correct level. This can be easily adjusted by turning the red knob and can be adjusted to spray between 2 and 25 milliliters with each press of the trigger. So now, whenever you press the sprayer trigger, only that exact amount will spray. It will automatically stop spraying once the correct amount has been delivered, and then once you release the trigger, it will recharge the dosing chamber ready for the next spray. So you can rapidly deliver consistently accurate doses. The lance extension is there to allow you to get the nozzle close to the newly planted tree so you can get down low to the ground. We generally recommend the standard, the 900mm one, but they also come in 600 and 1200mm. This can be swapped out depending on your height, basically. The 80-degree fan tip produces a fairly narrow flat fan spray pattern, and the fact that these fluids are viscous actually will narrow it down even further than 80 degrees. All of the spray angles are calibrated for water, and as a liquid becomes more viscous, it tends to narrow down that natural spray pattern. So you'll end up with something like about a 60-degree spray pattern out of these, which is absolutely perfect because that's exactly what we want to keep it on the tops of newly planted trees. Other tips to keep in mind is to keep the fluid pressure high. This will speed up the delivery of the spray, but will also help form a more even spray pattern. Now, viscous fluids struggle to form spray patterns at low pressures, which can lead to uneven or globulous spraying, which is wasteful. So keep the backpack well pumped up as you proceed. Now, with this kit in place, you now have a highly accurate spraying system that will deliver an exact amount of spray precisely where you need it in a repeatable way, and will cope with the viscous nature of the fluids being sprayed. Precise dosing is often difficult when using backpack and compression sprayers. Repeated, precise applications of agrochemicals will allow an exact timing, which is prone to human error. The dosimeter from Guarany solves this problem. Its unique, patented design means an exact dose of chemical is guaranteed with every press of the trigger. The dosimeter can be fitted to almost any backpack or handheld compression sprayer. It is calibratable to deliver a dose between 2 and 25 milliliters. Once fitted, the sprayer is operated normally. As soon as the correct dose has been delivered, the sprayer stops spraying. The dosing chamber is then recharged once the trigger is released, and the next exact dose can be applied when the trigger is next pressed. Using the dosing valve will help reduce waste, save money, and improve the effectiveness of repeated spraying applications. It is finding uses by forestry workers, growers, and in plant nurseries. Call the professional sprayers people today to find out about the dosimeter and other unique and useful Guarany products.
During a visit to the specialist growers of Yorkshire rhubarb and licorice at Brandycar Nurseries, we were able to help owner Brian Asquith quickly and cost-effectively create an effective protective organic barrier to protect his stocks of potted rhubarb and licorice against flying and crawling insects. Using the Guarany 8 kg backpack granule and powder applicator to apply a dressing of fine garlic granules, we were able to quickly protect all the potted stock in the greenhouse. Granulated garlic can be used to repel a variety of insects, and a single application can repel insects for up to 1 month. The garlic used was organic and is approved for use in food production. It is not harmful to plants or insects. Since our visit, we have had several inquiries from other nurseries who are interested in trialling this non-toxic and organic method of insect control.
Backpack sprayers are a commonly used tool for the distribution of liquid products. But what if you want to distribute granulated product in a comfortable and consistent way? The backpack granule applicator from Guarany allows for exactly this. It has an 18-litre capacity tank and can be used for all granulated products. The applicator has a calibratable dosing chamber which can be adjusted to deliver between 9 and 250 grams with each press of the trigger. The applicator sits comfortably on the operator's back and is designed for effortless, repeated and consistent application of products. The applicator comes with 2 interchangeable nozzles, the standard round nozzle and the duck's foot nozzle, which is designed to spread granules around the base of a shrub or tree. The applicator can also be used in continual mode to deliver a continual line of product. If you want to improve the accuracy and efficiency of your granule applications, the Guarany Backpack Granule Applicator may well be the product for you. To find out more about the Backpack Granule Applicator or our other granule, powder and liquid applicators, please call the professional sprayers people today. As legislation changes around which agrochemicals can and can't be used, biocontrol methods such as nematode worms are becoming more and more popular. And nematodes are microscopic worms which attack specific pests. A good example of this would be the larvae of the daddy longlegs, known as the leather jacket. And these pests eat the roots of grass, and they're the bane of greenkeepers all over the country. Now, many of the pesticides normally used to spray for controlling leather jackets have been banned or banned at certain times of the year, and so this is becoming more and more of a problem. So biocontrol systems such as nematode worms, which attack the larvae and kill them, are a good option. Now obviously for organic farmers or anyone growing anything organically, these are a great option as well, because you're even more restricted on what you can and can't spray. Nematodes are bought in a solution. They're microscopic worms, and they're bought in a solution and you can spray them. But there are potential issues if you use a standard sprayer configuration. These worms are delicate and, well, Basically, if you're spraying for a standard sprayer, they get squished and killed, and so they're no use when they hit the ground. We've developed a protocol or some advice and some modifications to our sprayers to help deliver these helpful worms to where they need to go. Our kit consists of any of our standard sprayers, backpack or compression sprayers. We like to recommend the Catu 7.6 litre sprayer. This is made from a bioplastic, so you've got a biocontrol going through a bioplastic. That's a sustainably sourced plastic material that it's made from, but it can also be used with any of our standard backpack sprayers or compression sprayers as well. So the kit consists of a standard sprayer unit, and then what we do is we remove various filters from this sprayer, which are normally very, very useful for stopping the sprayer getting clogged, but they also squish the worms. And then we replace the standard tip with a high capacity blue fan nozzle tip. This helps reduce the level of atomization in the spray and helps with the distribution of the fluid. In order to do this, it's very, very simple. You take our standard sprayer, and this example here is using one of our 12 litre Pro backpack sprayers. You unscrew the trigger assembly and remove the white filter from within the trigger assembly. You'll find a similar filter in all of our other sprayers. So take that out and then put it back together again. Remember to keep that filter safe because you will want it back in for most other types of spraying application. Once it's reassembled, it's now time to change the nozzle over. This is very simple. You just remove the nozzle holder at the end, remove the standard yellow nozzle that comes in this case with the 12 litre Pro sprayer, or within our standard compression sprayers you'll have a hollow cone nozzle. Again, it's exactly the same process. Just remove that nozzle and replace it with the high capacity blue nozzle. Also remember to remove the little yellow basket filter you'll find behind the nozzle, because again the absence of that filter helps protect the worms. And don't forget to retain and replace the O-ring in there as well, so you get a good seal when you put the new nozzle back in there. Once that's all assembled, you're now ready to start spraying your nematodes. The blue nozzle will give either an 80 or 110 degree spray pattern, depending on which one you opt for. So this allows for an area to be treated quite quickly. To further protect nematodes, we recommend only partially pressurizing the tank. Normally when spraying, we say you fully pressurize the tank and keep it pressurized to keep it topped up as much as possible. In this case, to protect our little worms, we want to keep the pressure low. You want just enough pressure to form a reasonable spray pattern, but not atomize too much. And any more than that, we don't recommend. So keep it low. Gently is the watchword here. So keep everything nice and gentle. So with this setup and that advice on keeping the pressure low, you're set to be able to get these worms safely to where they need to go so they can get to work for you.
The soil injector is an add-on device that can be fitted to our backpack sprayers. As the name suggests, it enables accurate doses of liquid to be injected into the soil. The injector replaces the normal trigger and lance on the sprayer. It has a tough metal spike that stabs into the ground and 4 outlets which allow the fluid to be pumped through the spike, much like a very robust syringe. The length of the spike can be adjusted between 50 and 250 millimeters, allowing for precise depths of injection. The level of dosing can be adjusted between 5 and 50 milliliters. Each depression of the sprayer's arm will deliver a precise dose of liquid. The soil injector can be used to deliver any liquid agrochemical to exactly where it is needed. Example applications include delivering fungicide to the root systems of trees, insecticides for combating turf pests such as leatherjacket, and delivering liquid fertilizer to the root systems of shrubs. Call the professional sprayers people today to find out more about the Guarany soil injector and other innovative agrochemical distribution products.